We have the Minister of Indigenous Relations, the Honourable Richard Feehan. Good morning, Mr. Minister.
Good morning. Good to see you again.
Good to hear from you, and happy Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah, to you as well, and of course to everybody who's listening.
So you got a busy day planned in front of you, many events. What does today mean for you?
Well, I think this is really a great opportunity for celebration. You know, we have many great cultures in this province, all of whom have a story to tell and have taken this day as an opportunity to share that story yet again with the rest of the province, and I think everybody should participate. You know, it's a great way to spend a bit of time. Maybe you'll learn a little something, but I know for sure you'll have fun, and that's the best thing about putting aside a day when you get to focus. This is a National Indigenous Peoples Day, and everybody should jump right in, just like they do on St. Patrick's Day. Everybody jumps in and becomes an Irishman for a day. Well, I think perhaps today is the day you get a chance to come in and learn a little bit about Blackfoot community or Nakota Sioux or the Dene people and enjoy it.
Now, this is your first time on our Calgary radio station. You've been to Edmonton, or Edmonton one many times before, but it's so nice to have us broadcasting in Calgary right now.
Yeah, it's great. I'm looking forward to actually coming down and seeing your site in Calgary. I'm down there on a pretty regular basis, as you might know, but I am really thrilled that you guys are spreading all around the province, and I understand you're going to be in Grand Prairie fairly soon. And
yeah.
And, that's great. One voice, one province. That's
so cool.
That's a great way to do it.
Of course, we got the Minister of Indigenous Relations, Richard Feehan, joining us. I know your office is very busy right now. So many initiatives going on. Tell us about a few of those.
Well, yeah, there's lots of things going on. We, of course, started off with looking at the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. And from that, we've had a whole bunch of things play forward. And such as putting the $100 million to bringing water to reserves, which we announced last year, and but of course all that's getting built starting this year and over the next few years. But just in this last week, we've also announced, for example, that we are initiating our training for all of the public service employees in the province of Alberta. So 27,000 people are officially employees of the public service. Every one of them will get a one-day training. Step one training about Indigenous history, cultures, traditions, things they need to know, and how does that make their job different? Knowing what they know now, and from there we'll also move along into other levels of training. We have an elders group that's kind of watching the training, participating in the training. Every day there's an elder there, and that elders group will be talking about what it is people are learning and what we need to start adding and how we need to start changing things. So that's a great initiative. It's going to take 3 years to get to 27,000 people,
wow. But
that's a lot of people who are going to learn something they didn't know before. So those are the kind of things that we're doing on a pretty regular basis here. I know you already know about the redesign of the curriculum in our educational system, kindergarten to grade 12, and we've made a commitment. We're going to start putting Indigenous history, traditions, knowledge in every single grade too. So that's all rolling out this year, and we're working this year as well on beginning rolling out a program of building off-reserve housing, but social housing that's available for people all around the province of Alberta, and some particular parts of that are designated for communities that are Indigenous. So we're looking for a chance to build some new homes for people out there who are looking for a new place to live that's going to be good and help them live a better life here in this province.
You were touching on the water situation in Alberta, a huge topic right now. I know your government has been very hands-on on getting that solved, eh?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that happened when we got into government is we looked around at some of the issues, and we looked at how long a lot of the reserve communities have been waiting for water, and people will tell you it's 30, 40 years since they had the first water, boil water advisory. And part of what happened was it got this crazy jurisdictional divide, where the province was saying, well, that's federal, that's on, federal land, those are the reserve lands. And so the provinces did nothing, and we just decided that, you know what, we've learned a lot from the Jordan Principle, and it's time that we start to apply that in a variety of ways, not just in healthcare. And it became our decision to move forward and say, we're not waiting for the feds anymore. And it was a good decision, because as soon as we put the money in, the feds came and talked to us, and they said, look, we know you put the money in. We know you're going to build that pipe, and it's going to go to the reserves, but, the province doesn't build on reserves, so what the feds are doing now is they're connecting to the pipe that we bring to the reserve, and they're doing the distribution. So not only are we getting water to reserves way ahead of schedule of what the feds would have done, but we've actually leveraged the feds' dollars here in Alberta. So double bonus for us here.
Good stuff. I know you're in Edmonton right now, but what's on your agenda today? You got a lot of events you're going to?
Oh, yeah. We're heading off to Bent Arrow to participate in some of their celebration ceremonies this morning. We're going to a big park in central Edmonton where there is a bunch of events going on as well, that put on by the Friendship Centres. And we're going to meet with the Métis Settlements General Council, and a few other things, all kinds of activities going on in the city, and I'm just going to try to catch as many as I can in one day. Can't always do them all, though.
Well, we wish you were down in Calgary today, because there's a lot of events, as you're well aware. So I know in all your work, you're also pretty proud recently because you're a new grandfather.
I am, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, the first time for me, so that's very thrilling, yeah.
Awesome.
Got a new grandson for me to celebrate.
Oh, congratulations. Again, happy Indigenous Peoples Day, and thanks so much, Richard, for stopping in.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Well, look forward to the next time, and hopefully we'll be in Calgary with you.
Anytime.
I'm down in Calgary all the time, so I'll stop by next time I get a chance.
Awesome.
Thanks,
that is the Honourable Richard Feehan joining CJWE this morning.